Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. This is the Elephone U Pro review. Hope you enjoy it. This retails for £337 on Gearbest at the moment, or if you want the normal Elephone U, that's around 50 quid cheaper, £286, but obviously it's a MediaTek CPU, whereas the U Pro is the Snapdragon 660. The Elephone U Pro is the best looking smartphone that I've used since starting this channel. It is absolutely stunning. If you want a phone that looks and feels like the Galaxy S8, but you can't afford that, then Elephone U Pro is definitely one to consider. That gorgeous curved AMOLED display, 6 inches, 18:9 aspect ratio, full HD plus screen, clear full display. Using this phone the past 7 days has been an absolute delight. So it is Gorilla Glass front and back. I have the blue variant, and this blue variant is absolutely stunning as well. I do prefer the blue compared to maybe the black. It does look beautiful. The lovely light reflects as well off the back. It does house the dual rear cameras at 13 megapixel. They're flush at the back as well. They're flat. It really is a nice smartphone to hold. Now, with it being glass front and back, this is quite a slippery device. Put next to an ordinary smartphone on the footstool, the Elephone U Pro slides off quite easily. And then here on the sofa, leave it there a while, it slowly slides off. So you have got to be careful, because if you drop it on anything hard, then you are going to shatter it, even though it is Gorilla Glass. And you don't want that. Elephone U Pro does have LED notification at the front. There were talks or rumours I heard that the back of it, the Elephone logo, actually lights up, but I've not witnessed that at all, so I don't believe that to be true. But like I said, the favourite part on this for me is the beautiful screen, the curved edge. Whenever I'm using it, I'm always looking at the icons, scrolling them over, seeing them bend around that corner. It is fantastic. USB Type-C, so it does support fast charging as well, and you get full charge in about 1.5 hours. I'll go into more detail about the battery life in a little while. As you can imagine, gaming on this smartphone is excellent, with that beautiful, crisp, sharp display and the curved edges. It has the Snapdragon 660 and the Adreno 512 GPU, with the 6GB of RAM. Really helps this smartphone when it comes to gaming. No sluggishness, no dropping of frames. Absolutely hammers it. Never experienced any overheating either. The phone doesn't really get hot, so that is another plus point as well. Okay, let's get into the camera, guys. It has a dual rear camera at 13 megapixel. Front facing camera is 8 megapixel. And on the whole, this phone takes very good pictures. There's a lot of detail in there. Now, there are a couple of flaws with the camera, unfortunately. I expected this smartphone to perform a little bit better in low light. So you can see a shot here of the Buzz Lightyear action figure in the living room with the light off. The main light was coming from the television and from the kitchen behind. But you can see the picture is very grainy. It's a little bit disappointing. But the flash is not bad. The flash does improve the picture tenfold. And here is the flash version. Switch on to flash, bang. Obviously improves it a hell of a lot. So if you are shooting in low light conditions, then consider using the flash. So there is the bokeh effect, which I have been using and testing, and the bokeh effect actually works quite well. Elephone teamed up with Arcsoft, I believe it is, to help with the bokeh effect, the sort of the system behind it. And you can zoom in here. This is outside. The bokeh effect has separated the subject from the background. There's a little bit at the bottom here that's sort of missed out, unfortunately, but it's a lot better than we see on those cheap cameras where it's just a little circle. So here's a picture of me with the bokeh effect, and it's done a really good job of separating me from the background. You can see the sort of the blur there. Now, another cool feature that you can do on this is you can actually edit after. Watch this little video. So at the moment it's the blur effect, and basically you can select the subject, you can refine the foreground and the background here with the green colouring. It does take a few goes to get it absolutely correct, but once you've got it correct and you submit it, you can choose like motion blur. This is what I was using. I was using motion blur, so it looks like the background shifting behind me. And you can also place me on other photos as well. So this is all done within the camera app on the Elephone U Pro. There's no third-party software or anything in there. So I thought that was rather cool. So even if you do take a picture of someone's face and the bokeh effect maybe didn't do it quite as well as you'd like, you can come into the edit here and fine-tune where the foreground and the background separate. So I thought that was pretty cool. Right, so I want to show you image stabilization, and it does something rather strange. At the moment, image stabilization is turned off, centrally looking straight at my Google Pixel. Now, if I turn image stabilization on, you can watch this live right here. You watch the pixel shift to the left. There you go. So it's zoomed in, it's cropped, and it's not central. So I have to move it to the left for it to get central on there. And in all honesty, it looks a little shaky and not very smooth at all. That is one of the main flaws. I don't think the stabilization works very well at all. But here are some footage, guys, of the stabilization on and off, and a few pictures just to see what this camera can actually do. Let's have a look at the rear camera then. Bit closer detail. Yeah, we're getting right in there. It looks great, doesn't it? This camera? Yeah. What do you think, Aria? You think you're a dummy? Ah, you headbutted the phone. Wow, you're standing up. Okay, so this is now 1080p, and I'm going to be testing image stabilization. But at the moment, image stabilization is off, and this is what we're getting at the moment. Walk around over here. Okay, now I'm going to switch the stabilization on. Image stabilization is now on, and it does a strange thing. It shifts. Well, things aren't centrally, as they're normally supposed to be, and it does seem quite cropped and zoomed in than the normal image. And to be honest, it doesn't look great on here. So I'm going to walk around. So that's me just normally a slow walk, and on here it looks quite terrible. So I think I prefer it with stabilization off. Have a little wander on the front facing camera. Nice and bright. A little dark there. So we go into the darker room now. A little bit brighter there. It's not bad. Right near a window there. So the Elephone U Pro's Achilles heel is the camera. On the whole, camera quality is good, like I said. You do get some very good pictures with some very good detail. The image stabilization lets it down a little bit, and I expected a little bit of performance in low light. So the Elephone U Pro has a battery size of 3,550 milliamps. Okay, look at this screenshot, guys. This was the first day of use. It was last fully charged 1 day, 49 minutes ago, there you can see. And screen on time was 6 hours with about 5% battery left. Maybe could have squeezed an extra half an hour out of that, but I did put it on charge. So that is getting me through a whole day, which is great. But I have seen some people get 7 to 8 hours screen on time on this phone. I'm not sure how. These were the apps that I'd used most of that day. WhatsApp was the main culprit, YouTube, Facebook, obviously map navigation. I played some Asphalt 8 as well. On one of the days, I then tried how battery performance works when the phone is idle. So when I went to sleep, or when I went to bed, it was 11% here. I woke up in the morning, it was 2%. So a reduction of 9%, which I thought was quite a lot, to be honest. And then this is another day. There was 1% left. Last fully charged was 23 hours, 40 minutes ago. So again, nearly 24 hours. Screen on time was only 5 hours and 35 minutes on that day though. Main usage there was Maps, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, WhatsApp. Quite a lot of map usage there, so my GPS on was on for quite a while. So that is the battery performance. It does last a full day. You will get a full day use out of it, unless you play games every day for every hour of the day. Then I don't think you're going to get a full day out of it. So this brings me to GPS on the Elephone U Pro. I had best accuracy was 11 foot here, you can see. I have had better accuracy on other smartphones. Even the satellites that are in use here, they're not super strong signals, but there was a 3D fix on the GNSS, so it was fine. GPS was fine, and even navigating through it, you can see right here, never had no issues at all. It followed the route as it should and never jumped off course. So GPS, although it doesn't look super strong signal there, GPS was accurate and run really well. Okay, so let me do the live speed test. So on 4G on the EE network in the UK, nearly got full strength. Let's see what speeds we get here. 17 down and 12 meg up. Happy with that, and I've been happy with that since I've been using it over the last week. 4G coverage has been pretty good. I don't think I've ever had a moment when I've not had 4G coverage. Okay, on the second floor in the house, so quite a distance away from the router. My broadband at home is not fibre, unfortunately, so I only get 7 meg down and around about half a meg up. See what we get here. Yep, that's probably about right. 2 floors up, so quite a distance away from the router. So I'm happy with that. Again, Wi-Fi connectivity has been fine on this smartphone as well. When I'm at home using the home Wi-Fi, no problem at all. Let's show you the fingerprint performance then. You only have to tap this sensor at the back. So like that. Tap. Tap. It's definitely sped up from my unboxing video. It was quite sluggish and slow. This has had a couple of updates recently, so that may well have sped it up. Tap. Done. And also Face ID. That is very accurate as well, even in low light. At the bottom of the phone, that's unlocked it straight away there, look. You can see the little padlock. Because my fingers are here, I haven't unlocked it myself. If I swipe up, yeah. So that has got my face from there. So let's try Face ID again. All my fingers are here, and my thumbs, so I'm not gonna unlock it with my finger. Put it to sleep, go. There we go. I can swipe straight up to open it. Let's try again. Watch the padlock down at the bottom to see it unlock. Go. Yeah. Face ID is quick, but is it as quick as the fingerprint sensor? I can't really call it. but I prefer to use the finger. So here is this stunning display again, guys. I'm going to show you. This is a video paused on YouTube at the moment. It's absolutely stunning. Like I said before, the camera doesn't quite do it justice. You have to look at it with the naked eye, but it is absolutely stunning. It really, really is. An absolute joy. Absolutely gorgeous, guys. The new Pro has quite a decent loudspeaker, which does go very, very loud and does stay quite clear as well, but can be on the tinny side at sometimes. Definitely not a and warm as bassy as the Smart as a Nut Pro 2 that I unboxed the other day. But it is not a bad loudspeaker. Elephone U Pro has been a joy to use. It is slick and a smooth interface, a nice OS. They've pretty much kept it stock Android as well. So you've got your wallpapers, your widgets as well. Downloaded this cool app, Set Wallpaper, home screen. So now, there you go, look. Your wallpaper is basically the camera. That's got nothing to do with the Elephone U Pro review, but this is a little sort of an app that I've been using with it sometimes. I'm sure this will drain the battery as well. But you can get some pretty good shots. That's just full screen there, guys, look. The wallpaper is actually the camera, the live view. Pretty neat. Yes, so the OS is very well made, nice and slick, and I've never experienced any issues whatsoever. And the Snapdragon 660 performs really, really well. And the other obviously massive bonus feature that it does have on this smartphone is NFC, so you can transfer files to other phones that have NFC. It does support wireless charging. Unfortunately, I do not have a wireless charging device to show you it working, but I have tested it and it does work. So wireless charging is another great feature. Whether you like that or not is another thing. So specs, it pretty much has everything, but again, Achilles heel is the camera. Stabilization needs looking at and maybe optimizing a little bit better, and performing better in low light would improve this a hell of a lot. For me, this phone is absolutely brilliant. I do love it. The design is obviously the standout point, and Elephone have absolutely nailed it. They really, really have. Beautiful, beautiful design, and that's one of the main points I look at in a smartphone. Design, then battery life, performance, and obviously camera is important for a lot of people. But if you maybe could look past the camera with the sort of the flaws that are there within the camera, then I'd definitely recommend purchasing it. Or if you want to spend £600–700 on a Galaxy S8, then do so. Or you can spend £330, saving pretty much half of your money, and you could buy this absolute beauty. You can use my links in the description below, entirely up to you, but I would recommend this phone. I really, really would. And the battery life is pretty good as well. It lasts me a full day, and that pleases me. So as long as I don't have to charge it through the day. Elephone are nearly there. They've adopted the Snapdragon CPU. They just need a little bit more care taken with the camera. And let's see next year when they release the sequel to this smartphone. I don't know what it's going to be called. It might go back to maybe S10 or whatever. I'm pretty sure Elephone will hopefully nail it then, after the feedback from the U Pro. So guys, this concludes my review of the Elephone U Pro. I've tried to be as detailed as possible, and I'm also trying to keep the length of the videos down, because I know my videos do go on a little bit and I might sort of blabber on, but I do sort of like to go into detail with every little aspect that I cover. So I do my best. Links are in the description below, guys, if you want to take a look at this or the normal Elephone U if you can't afford the Pro. Please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you very soon. Thanks for watching.